Good morning, students. From today onwards, we are going to start our computer subject, and our first chapter is Computer Fundamentals. In computer fundamentals, the first topic is introduction. And children, we all know that computers are used in all the places. Like 80 to 90% of work can be done with the help of computer. But the computer cannot solve the problem by itself because the computer cannot able to think by its own. So for solving any problems, it requires some software. The help of using programming languages, and also it needs some tools help. The very important tool is called documentation, and in this chapter we are going to discuss about what is documentation and how the documentation is important in this software development. The first topic is design documentation. And children, for solving any problem, the computer will require some various softwares. Yes, using programming languages. In programming language, it will use some codes. So in design documentation, it will focus more on how to enhance the code rather than how they are used. It helps to explain why the structure is designed, and it helps to know how to include a new one to the code. So the main thing of design documentation is it helps to improve the present coding, or it can able to plan for the future documentation also. And the next one is architecture documentation. Architecture documentation is a derivative of design documentation, which means it's come from the design documentation. And in this documentation, it mainly explains the general requirements, what the general requirements is needed for the code. So it will explain about the general requirements that would motivate the existing code. The good architecture documentation is short on details but think on explanation. The second type is technical documentation. And in technical documentation, there must be some text which is along with the source code. It helps to describe the various aspects of this operation. And in technical documentation, it is embedded with the source code, which means it is along with the source code, so that it is easy for the user to access. And some of the tools which is used in technical documentation are Java Doxygen, POD, or twin text. The third topic is user documentation. Here in user documentation, it is unconnected with the source code. I already told you in technical documentation, it is connected with the source code, but here it is unlike technical documentation. In user documentation, it is unconnected with the source code. It will explain how the code is used in the program, and here the user documentation maintain a index of the source code. That is the commands or tasks which are listed in an alphabetically, which help the user to locate the information that they are looking for. So the use of user documentation is it will helpful for the user to locate the information. The fourth topic is marketing documentation. In many applications, there is a necessity to promote the materials or to encourage the observers or to spend more time to know about the product. So in marketing documentation, it will satisfy all these needs, which means in this documentation it will helps to promote the material, and it will helpful for the user to know more about a particular product, and it ensures that the expectations are in line with the customers will be receiving. So this documentation specifies exactly what the product is all about. So this is the use of marketing documentation. The next topic is inner working of a computer. As we all know that what is peripheral devices? The devices which is connected externally to the computer. So we all having some knowledge about the peripheral devices, but at the higher level, the computer contains power supply, motherboard, BIOS, CPU, cables, ports, um, and many other devices. So we are going to discuss in detail about this. First topic is power supply. What is power supply? Yes, computer needs a lot of electric power. It needs almost 250 watts. This power is mainly used by the CPU and by motors in various devices also. And it will contain three things. One is transformer, voltage control, and fan. It has a motherboard connectors with different colors. Each colors will indicate different voltages. That's all about power supply. And the next topic is motherboard. What is motherboard? Is a motherboard will connect all the parts of a computer together. It is also known as a main board or system board, which are connected by wires. And most of the chips which is in the motherboard are salted, and some of the chips are can be replaced. And it also has several sockets, ports and salts, and these things are necessary for connecting the various peripheral devices to the motherboard. And a collection of wires that run in parallel, it will carry the data from one part of the board to the another one. The next topic is BIOS. BIOS, the expansion of BIOS is in basic input output system. What is the use of a BIOS? It helps to test all the critical components. It helps to test whether the components are working or function properly, and it also helps to search and load the boot program to the memory. So this is the use of BIOS. Next topic is CPU. Children, you all know what is CPU, right? Yes, central processing unit. It helps to control the overall activities of a computer. Then how the CPU will work? It consists of three things. One is control unit, arithmetic and logic unit, and memory unit. Here the control unit will receive the input from the input devices, and it will give to the memory unit. Then it will move to the ALU, arithmetic and logic unit. Here all the process will done, and again the result will be sent to the memory unit. Then the control bin unit will show the result on the monitor. There is a use of CPU. It will control the overall activities of a computer. Next topic is memory unit. Children, what is memory unit? You all know that, yes, it helps to store all the programs or data in the memory. It's called memory unit. Then what is ports? Yes, port is an interface on a computer to which the device can be connected. Have you seen these ports? You have seen it in the backside of the computer. Yes, there are different hardware ports are available, such as male, female, round, rectangle, square, or oblique, etc. Here hardware ports are divided into two groups: serial port and parallel port. What is serial port? Here the information is transferred in and out in one bit at a time. And here each bit is sent in series over a single wire. So in serial ports, here the data or the information will be transferred in a single bit. And in parallel port, here the information is transferred in parallel, which means in multiple bits are sent in and out or the same at the same time over a several set of wires. So in the serial port, here the information is transferred in one bit, and here parallel port it will be sent in a different set of wires. The next topic is cables. What is cable? A cable consists of two or more wires. Have you seen this cable? Yes, it consists of two or more wires or the optical fibers which is bound together. It will be covered with the protective jacket or a sheath. The ITE, this integrated derived electronics, or these are white cables used to connect hardware drives and floppy drives to the motherboard. What is used to connect floppy disk and hard drives to the motherboard? Yes, IDE, integrated derived electronic, is used, and it deals with the power and the data signals. The next topic is troubleshooting. What is troubleshooting? Troubleshooting is nothing but it helps to search where the source of the problem occurs. It helps to search for the source of the problem, and also it helps to eliminate the cause of a problem, how the problem occurs. It helps to eliminate the potential cause of a problem, and this can be done with the help of these three instructions. First one is restart the computer. If any problem occurs on the computer, first we have to restart the computer. Many software problems may get corrected by this. Yes, First one is restart the computer. Second one is check whether the cable of peripheral devices are plugged in properly. Peripheral devices la correct irukka illaiyan first we have to check. Then disconnect the peripheral devices and restart the computer. What is peripheral devices? The external devices. External devices has to be disconnected and then restart the computer. There is a third point. Then fourth one is check the electric power. These are the 4 steps which are taken to know where the problem occurs. Then next topic is defragmentation. What is defragmentation? Defragmentation is nothing but is arranging or rearranging the files and consolidating the unused disk space. It helps to know where the unused space is available, and the defragmentation is done to increase the performance of the performance and speed of the computer. If the defragmentation is done, the unused space will be identified and will be deleted, so the performance and speed of the computer will be increased. How the defragmentation will occur? First we have to go to start, then programs, then accessories, then system tools. In that click on disk defragmenter. So this dialog box will appear, and here we have to select the drive to defragment and click on the defragment. After the disk is defragmented, the defragmentation report will be displayed and it will be printed and saved. And the next topic is connecting peripherals. What are the connecting peripherals? First one is PS2 port. What is PS2 port? PS stands for personal system. And here it is an electronic plug which is used to connect to the keyboard or mouse. Here in this connector, it is very small in diameter. The inches will be 1/3 inch. Here the PS/2 port is often called as it is a mouse port. The next topic is VGA connector. VGA connector stands for VGA, video graphic adapter, and it is used to connect the monitor. Here in PS2 port, it is used for connecting the keyboard or mouse, and here VGA connector is used to connect the monitor, and it has 15 pins. The VGA connector, it will has 15 pins, and it is universally called HD15. HD stands for high density. The next topic is audio port. What is audio port? Yes, it is used to connect the audio devices, and here it will connect the audio devices such as a speaker, headphones or microphone. And there are 3 different colors of audio ports are available on the motherboard. The pink color jacket connects the microphone, and the green color is commonly used for connecting the speaker, and the blue color is helps to connect all the players, sound recorders, and etc. The next topic is printer parallel port. This is the printer parallel port, and this port this will carries the data between the computer and the printer. Here the 25 pins will be available. Here 25 pins female connector will connect with the 25 pins male connector, and another printer cable will be connected to the printer. This is about the printer parallel port. Another topic is USB port. USB stands for Universal Serial Bus. It is an external peripheral device used for connecting the peripheral devices to the computer. And here the USB port supports 127 devices like monitors, keyboard, printer, and some scanner, web camera, an external disk, etc. This is a USB port. Then next topic is dismantling and reconnecting. Sometimes we may need to disconnect the computers for any reason. Yes, before disconnecting, we have to make sure that the power supply is switched off. Then after reconnecting, we have to make sure that connect all the peripheral devices to the corresponding ports. So the next topic is UPS. UPS stands for uninterruptible power supply. What is the use of UPS? You all know that yes, it helps to take care of the power fluctuation. If any power cut happens, it will provide backup power. Yes, a USB is connected with the main power and the computer, and it is mainly used to protect the computer from the short circuit or data loss. So this is about the UPS. The next topic is network interface card, that is NIC. Here the network interface card are mainly used by the personal computers for wireless network. In most of the desktop, here the NIC will be pre-installed by the manufacturer, and here the NIC will not used in the laptops or any PDAs. PDA is nothing but personal digital assistant, like varieties of mobiles, like smartphones. In that the NIC will not be used. And the next topic is graphic card. The graphic card is also known as a video card. Graphic card will be installed in the computer, and it will help to process and display the images, especially the 3D images on the monitor. And here the graphic card have their own memory. It will not use the system memory. This is RAM memory. It will have their own memory. This is about the graphic card. So children, first lesson gets over. We can discuss the second lesson in the next class. Thank you.